Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post. Hope everyone's doing fantastic on this manic Monday. Unfortunately, it's like manic in a not very good way. With everything going on in the world today, I guess some of the coronavirus stuff, the president is now saying that you should keep gatherings down to 10 or few people. We have schools closing all over the place. Adults being laid off from work. Lots and lots of stress. I was in a parking lot over the weekend and mom was yelling and hitting her 3-year-old. She was saying something about, you're not going to disrespect me at 3. The thing is yeah, that mom's probably stressed out about something that kid says, but she's taking it out on the wrong person. And I just really, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about societal stress and trauma. So trauma is any stressful event which is prolonged, overwhelming, or unpredictable. Any stressful event which is prolonged, overwhelming, and unpredictable. So right now we are living in potentially traumatic times. Usually, if the event continues on unexpressed, unprocessed, and misunderstood, that's how it has the potential to become a long-term traumatic event versus a short-term stressful experience. Right now, what we are going through could be considered a short-term stressful experience. But when you start to tag this on, hey, Mimi, hey, Stefan from the Netherlands, when you start to compound what's going on right now with people losing their jobs, with borders being closed, with stores being closed down, people punching people in the face over water. The water in your faucet is fine. Drink the water in your faucet. Fill up bottles. When we start punching people in the face over bottles of water, it starts to get really scary. Airline issues. You guys know I travel a lot, so I'm dealing with some of that. The airlines are trying to be accommodating. But we are living in potentially traumatic times, and it gets compounded with not only the fact that, many of you are dealing with children who already have trauma. Just seeing Lydia says, seeing empty shelves at her grocery store is pretty stressful. These are all becomes additional triggering things, and now they're talking about, closing all stores for 72 hours. You're seeing your stress levels increase, and it's unconscious. So you may, at a conscious level, think that you're coping with everything fine. But at an unconscious level, the news, the phone calls with your friends and your families, your concerns about people in the world, your concerns about your children, all those start to tax your system, your physiologic system. And stress, a great deal of stress is unconscious. You don't actually know you're experiencing stress. It's because your window of tolerance is wide, and your window of tolerance over time gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And I really want to encourage you guys to not only do things that are going to help take care of yourself. If you're at home with your children all day long, not everyone has an opportunity to have people that come over and help them or will take them out. But if you're at home with your children all day long, take time to go in your bedroom and close the door, give them something to do, let them have their electronics. When they're on their electronics, go into the bedroom and have some quiet time. Go for a walk in the park right now. It's like this is not an airborne situation, although I've been hearing some things about, the government starting to say that this could be airborne, which just creates a whole nother level of freaking stress. But right now, get outside, go for a hike, go for a long walk, throw a freaking ball, just do something outside of the home. If the weather's halfway decent, go on a treasure hunt. Do something that's going to get you out and get you moving around. And obviously, you're not supposed to be around crowds or big groups of people. You don't have to do that to go to the park. There's not that many people at the park. So get yourselves out. Do some things that are going to take care of yourself. Schedule a movie night. Structure is very important for kids. And you guys heard me say the other day, this whole like trying to get kids to focus on school. We as adults can't even effectively focus on work. So how do we expect kids to focus on school? Teachers don't want to be focused on school. They're going to be doing what they have to do for a paycheck. But then you have to contend with trying to get your children to sit still and listen to something that they consider was boring anyway. So they're probably not going to really want to be able to focus on it. But if you can create some structured learning opportunities, then I feel like that's fair. Create some structured learning opportunities. Write it out on a schedule so everyone knows what's happening and what's expected. And breathe. Keep yourself calm. Remember, no one's judging you. No one's telling you this has to get done or someone's going to get in trouble, because the truth is none of us really know what's going to be happening. So, no one can pass judgment. So relax into the day. If you have to be home with your kids, relax into the day. Find the flow. Find a rhythm that feels good. Sit on the couch. Let your children come to you. Let them engage with you. Play a board game and then take a break. Fix food together, eat together, then take a break. Send them outside like mom and dad used to do us when we were kids. Y'all go outside and play. Find something to do. Kids these days aren't used to being outside. They're not used to playing outside. And so there are lots of opportunities for them to go and explore and really realize that there's a whole nother world. It's so interesting because we talk so much about how we're moving into a new world, that we live in a new world. Gary Vee, who I love to death, is a mentor of mine in some ways. He's always talking about us, living this new reality, which is social media and technology. But then something like this happens and it gets real basic real fast, and all of a sudden you can see how it could all go away really quick, and then we're operating in the Mad Max and the Thunderdome era. So, and I'm not sure if it's going to do you much good to start doing your push-ups and pull-ups now if you're not already a Navy SEAL and stuff gets wild. You're better off just keeping your doors locked. But just try to relax. Try to not get more stressed than the situation already calls for. We're, as adults, as parents, as responsible individuals, and some of us are responsible for a lot of other people. Just try to find a flow. Try to find a flow with your kids that feels good. And if they're going somewhere, if you're still working and they got to go somewhere and they come home at the end of the day, again, just relax into it. Don't turn on the freaking news. Turn on some music. Turn on some music videos. Turn on some comedy. If you got to watch TV, watch some comedy. Do something that's going to regulate the system and feel good. And I want to challenge everyone in this time of extreme fear. Try to find the love in your home. Try to find the love with your family. Try to find the love with your children. There's so much fear, and trauma breeds stress and it breeds fear. And so it's so easy for us to get attracted to more stress and more fear. I want to challenge you guys to try to find the fear. Try to find the love in the midst of all the fear that's showing up in the world right now. And I just like today, I was pulling into a parking spot I was getting gas at the gas station, and someone was coming towards me, like we were going at the same place. It's kind of that thing where you think, two people are going to pull into the same gas pump at the same time or the same parking spot. I was completely prepared to let them go first. See, those are just small things. We don't have to let stress and fear rule our lives. We can continue to practice love. We can continue to love our family. Your kids are just as stressed out as you are because they don't know what's going on, and you can talk to them and you should tell them, what's going on. But the truth is, no one really knows. No one really knows. All you can do is love one another and try to get along in this time. And you never know. Some of you may have some amazing breakthroughs by having this forced time together, because you're either going to be stressed out and freaking out and yelling and screaming, and your home's going to be a mini world war, or you're going to relax. You're going to find some fun. You're going to find some joy. You're going to find some love. Find some gratitude that I can still talk to you guys. You can still listen to me and interact, and bake some mama baking cookies and kids doing cosmic kids yoga. That's fantastic. Find some gratitude that we still have food, we still have water, we still have shelter. It could be a whole lot worse. But that's it, guys. I just want to touch base with you, and I'm praying for you. God bless you. Big Papa loves you. Remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. We can continue to react from the same blueprints of stress, fear, and overwhelm. And Lord knows the world right now is encouraging you and inviting you. We have one huge emotional invitation for stress and fear. Or you can stop, you can slow down. You take 3 to 10 deep breaths and choose love. You have the ability to choose love in the midst of all this fear. It's just a choice. It's just a breath. And I hope you guys will choose love. Have a fantastic evening. I'll see you tomorrow.